morning, my name's Katie Faye. I'm on Weight Watchers, and this is what I eat in a day. So, in addition to doing Weight Watchers, I've been reading this book, the Fiber Fueled book, and then there's a cookbook that accompanies it. I only have 2 hours. I'm listening to the audiobook. I only have 2 hours left of the book. I will say I don't recommend the book. There's a lot of technical jargon in there. It's a little hard to follow, and it really just boils down to eat more fruits and vegetables and eat a variety of fruits and vegetables. Don't just eat the same fruits and vegetables over again. So you're welcome. I saved you 6 hours of your life. I would highly recommend that doctor did an interview with Mayim Bialik on her podcast. And I would recommend that, and I'll link it below so that you can see it if you want. But I'm going to try one of the recipes out of his cookbook. It is the Coco Nana Smoothie Bowl. I've never had a smoothie bowl before, so we'll see how this goes, and I'll let you know. It looks like it's going to be about 6 points, so we'll do that. And yeah, that's what I'm having for brunch. It's a little late for breakfast. It's a little early for lunch, so yeah. Okay, so I got the smoothie added to the Weight Watchers app, and it's actually 5 points for a serving. This made 2 servings, and it's the size. I just put it in a deli because since it made 2 servings, I have the other one in the fridge for tomorrow. But putting both of them in a deli made it easier to kind of eyeball and make sure it was exactly half. But here goes. It's good. There's a little bitterness to it. I think that's from the cocoa powder. I am not a big like semi-sweet chocolate or dark chocolate person, so that I don't love, but if you like dark chocolate, I think you would like this just as is. I'll definitely make it again. I think next time I'll try maybe a little bit more banana. And it called for half a date, so maybe I'll do a whole date next time, just to kind of amp up the sweetness and compensate for that little bit of bitterness, but it's good. I like it a lot. Okay, it's like 3:30. I am starting to get a little hungry. Not crazy though. So I'm gonna grab a quick snack so that'll tide me over until dinner time, and I won't have to make like dinner decisions from a bad starving place, you know? I checked in with my husband. He was about in the same place hunger-wise that I was, so we split a baked potato. So this is half a baked potato with a tablespoon and a half of the reduced fat Mexican blend cheese, some of the, I can't believe it's not butter spray, and then I added tomato soup with mine. This is the Rao's made for home tomato basil soup. It is 1 point for this entire jar, so I had half of it because I don't want the entire jar. I've had my first taste of it. It's pretty good. I think I didn't add anything to it today. I'm gonna eat the whole bowl and see if I feel the same way, but I think maybe next time I make it, I might add just a little bit of heavy cream in there. But yeah, it's pretty good and super low points. Like even my homemade tomato soup had 4 points in it, so this was a good find there. And lunch is 7 points total, so 3 points for the potato, 1 point for the cheese and the soup, and then no, just kidding, lunch is 5 points. I had tracked the potato twice, so cheese, soup, potato. 5 points. Tonight for dinner, we discovered a new staple chicken recipe. I saw this recipe like months ago. I don't remember where I saw it. Otherwise, I would link it below for you guys because it was from another YouTube creator. And if I remember, I will link it below so that person gets credit. But I saw it months ago. I don't remember the exact recipe, but it was definitely inspired by the recipe. You preheat your oven to 375. You take some chicken breast, put it in a greased baking sheet, and then you get some non-fat plain Greek yogurt, add some garlic powder. I added thyme, red pepper flake, pepper, and salt to it, as well as 4 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. To the mixture, I added 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. And then I just mix it up. I'm using the Chobani jar because there was only about half a cup left in there, so I didn't see a need in dirtying up a bowl. And then you spread that on the top of the chicken. And then I added my 4th tablespoon of the Parmesan cheese on top so that I could, after the chicken was done, I could broil it and get that good, like, brown, crispy crust or whatever. It is so delicious. It was not dry at all, despite being cooked at 375 for 25 minutes. It was so good. And then with it, we had some roasted potatoes. We use a Petite Melody from Kroger that has red, purple, and yellow potatoes in it. And then my husband cut them in half, and I did the dicing with the OXO chopper, which made super quick work of this. And then, of course, because the oven was only set, usually when I roast potatoes, I do it at 400 at minimum. But since it was only set to 375, the smaller chunks through the OXO really helped the cooking speed. So after I had them all chopped, I did my little potato dance, added some olive oil and some Montreal steak seasoning, and then you mix that together really well so that every potato is coated a little bit. And then, of course, I had to wash the oil off my hands. And then I put these in the oven. I set a timer for 10 minutes so that I could stir my potatoes after 10 minutes. And while that was cooking, I went ahead and got our side salad that we also had with dinner tonight. So just use some romaine lettuce, the same romaine lettuce you saw me prep in Sunday's video if you watched. And then I added about 1.5 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese to the romaine lettuce. This is powdered Parmesan. I usually prefer shredded, especially in a salad, but it was fine. It coated the lettuce really well, so that was cool. And then my husband chopped up some carrots and a tomato for the salad as well. And I added in some red onions that we had left over from the other night when we had tacos and guacamole. That's what the onions were for. So I added in the onions and he, finished chopping up the tomato. And then for dressing tonight, we ended up having my homemade ranch dressing, which I'm so sad. I pulled it out of the fridge and realized it expires tomorrow. So it was the last little bit of that homemade dressing. And of course I can make it again. Like, it's no big deal. I love having it. But, it was just, I didn't eat very much of it. Usually when I make that dressing, it's gone in 2 days. But also, usually when I make that dressing, I'm not on a diet. So I guess that makes sense for that. But after that 10 minutes was up, I gave my potatoes a stir. And then I had set the timer for 10 minutes again. So 20 minutes total on the chicken. I temped it. It still had about 5 minutes to go. So I cooked it for 5 minutes. Until it reached the internal temp of 165. And then once it reached that internal temp of 165, I turned my heat on broil to let it get nice and browned on top. And that took it took 6 minutes. It took 3 minutes, and then I checked it, and it wasn't as brown as I wanted it to be. So I did another 3 minutes, and then when I pulled it out, it was perfectly golden brown on top, exactly like I wanted it. All right, so this is dinner. It is 9 points. It's the cheesy chicken, a cup of roasted potatoes, and a side salad with my homemade ranch dressing and 5 of my favorite croutons, which are these, let me show ya, cheese and garlic. They taste just like Texas toast garlic bread. And they are the most delicious things ever, so I love them so much. But this is how it panned out. Hold on, let me get my phone. This is how it panned out. 2 points for the ranch, 3 points for the taters, 1 point for the croutons, a point for the cheese on the salad, 0 points for the lettuce mix itself, and then 2 points for the cheesy chicken. And so that leaves me with 6 points for the day. All right, it is 10:30. We're gonna go to bed, but I want something sweet, so I'm gonna eat half a cup of this cookies and cream Halo Top ice cream. I tried that years ago when it first came out, and I hated it. I was like, this is not ice cream. These healthy people are ridiculous. But one of the girls at work told me I should try the cookies and cream Halo Top because it's gotten a lot creamier and better. And I've had this for a few months. I don't eat it very often just because it's not like ice cream season, but it is pretty tasty. So if you tried Halo Top when it very first came out and hated it, you should try it again because it's gotten a lot better. And it's 3 points for half a cup. So that leaves me with 5 points left for the day, which obviously I'm not gonna eat because it's almost bedtime. Good morning. I just weighed in and I lost 9/10 of a pound. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like it, go ahead and subscribe because I post a lot of videos like this. Go potty. You can tell I just woke up. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you guys later. Bye.